Okay, I think I'm just going to get started, and if anybody else is going to be joining us, we can just say hello to them as they come. So welcome everybody to ICIP, to edition 2, which is very exciting, and I'm really pleased to say that we've got some of our tutors here today. I'd just like to introduce them first. Do you guys want to say hello, and then we'll go around the room and do a hello from everybody. I should also introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name's Alison Clyde, and I'm the CEO for Generations Working Together, and I'll be doing the admin on this tutoring, on this edition. I'll not actually be tutoring, although I'll be involved in some of the online sessions. So other tutors, do you want to say hello?
Hi, I'm Dr. Ali Summers. I helped set up Apples and Honey Nightingale with my colleague Judith, who's on the call. And I'm also an intergenerational academic. And I'm calling you from Florida because I've relocated back to the US. So it's really lovely to be with you all today.
Thanks, Ali.
Hi, I'm Bella Kerr. I'm one of the tutors, and I also work with Generations Working Together. And delighted to be here today, and look forward to getting started with you all.
Thanks, Bella. Can't hear you, Judith. Must still be on mute.
There we are. Hello, I'm Judith, and I'm one of the tutors, but not for this particular tranche because I'm taking a bit of time out, but I will be following along and giving my half penny's worth now and then. And I co-founded Apples and Honey Nightingale with Ali, and we've just had a CQC at the home today, so I've been able to share what the benefits of intergenerational with the inspectors, who have been suitably impressed.
Well done, all your hard work. Thank you very much. Who would like to go first and introduce themselves? Because let's just all say hello. Tell us where you are, because I know that we've got a few countries, people from different countries. So please tell us from where you are, and if you are doing any intergenerational work, what it is that you're doing, and then we'll move on to having a look at the platform. Does anybody want to jump in? Alec, yep.
Hi, I'm Alec. I live up in Aberdeen in Scotland. It's really lovely to meet you all. I've been partnering with Generations Working Together since lockdown began. And we ran a project called Every Voice, Every Generation, where we began to, working with Bella in particular, working out how to support young people getting involved with further study in terms of intergenerational work and involving their ideas about how to develop things further. I've been running intergenerational work as part of our ACE Voices project, especially since 2016, in many different formats, with many big mistakes along the way, as well as successes. But they've helped us grow in confidence in lots of different ways, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about how to measure the impact and evaluate intergenerational projects at the moment, or going for being part of this course. Sorry.
Thanks, Alec. Anybody else? Oh, can't hear you, sorry. Nope, you're still muted.
That's a shame. Sometimes that happens to me. Is it Lewis? And what I do is I go off and come back on again, and it works. So maybe try that.
Okay.
I'm happy to jump in while we're waiting for that to get sorted out. But lovely to see you all and to meet you all, some familiar faces too, of course. I'm Ross. I'm from Generations Working Together. I've been with the charity for 10 months now, just started in January. My role is focused on kind of funding applications and income generation for the charity, as well as advocacy about the benefits of intergenerational practice, and trying to kind of encourage other funders to uptake with more intergenerational priorities and outcomes within their own strategies. And it's really exciting to be learning, as I said in the chat, from the real experts in the game. So I'm sure I'm going to learn an awful lot over the next 8 weeks or so, and looking forward to learning with all of you. And I should have said, I'm living in Stirling in Scotland, but I'm originally from Ayrshire.
Thanks, Ross. Would you like to try again, see if we can hear you now? Nope.
Oh, that's a shame. Sometimes the drivers in the back go back. This has happened to me so many times. The drivers in the back, sometimes it's just changing something to do with the speaker system. So maybe you could try that and just use the chat just now. That's a shame.
Thanks, Bella. Anybody else? Erza?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll jump in.
Yeah,
Hi.
there you go.
Hi everyone, I'm Rory. I'm also from Generations Working Together. I'm the policy officer, and I've been with the company for about 4 months now. So we're based in Glasgow. I'm based in Glasgow, and a big part of my role is trying to influence policy, get key stakeholders and key politicians to try and consider and embed intergenerational thinking and principles in their work, in their policy. So I think it's going to be really important for me to learn more about, you know, the implementation of and the kind of key principles surrounding intergenerational practice, and that's why I'm on the course. So it's nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Judy. Erza, I don't know if I've pronounced your name, if that's how it's pronounced. Maybe you need to correct me.
Yeah, you say Erza.
Erza.
Yeah, so I'm coming from Ontario, Canada. I work at an early learning center. So our agency is very new with the intergenerational practices. And the center that I'm working at is our official early learning and intergenerational center. We do have a few adult friends that are coming in, but we're trying to learn how to incorporate that even more and build relationships with the older generation.
Thank you. Brianne.
Hi, I'm Brianne. I'm based in Fife in Scotland. I'm a senior early years officer, and we are going to be the first kind of joint in nursery care home type care village. So I'm taking on kind of the intergenerational role within that that project. So I'm just on this course to kind of broaden my knowledge on intergenerational practice, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And hopefully, Brianne, you'll be able to share your experiences of the planning and the building and the hopefully the launching very soon in the new year. It'll be very exciting.
Definitely,
yeah.
really looking forward to that.
Cool. And Lynn's from Dundee. I don't know if you want. Oh, there you are.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hiya. Hiya. I'm Lynn Thane, team manager from Dundee. I work with older adults. Previously, I was a care manager. I was for a care home, sorry. So we do a lot of intergenerational projects. The one that we've got on at the minute, on Friday, we've invited some Ukrainian families and their children into the day centre to meet some of our service users. So we're quite looking forward to that. But like everybody else, I just want to find out a wee bit more of what else we can do so that we can involve our community with the day centre itself. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Lynn. I'm so glad that we were able to hear you there. So thank you for that. So yeah, as we go along and as I take you through the platform, maybe Bella can put any links or anything in the chat. If there's any website links that I maybe refer to, she can chuck things in the chat for us. So have you had a chance to get onto the Moodle? Can I ask who's been on? I know that there's been quite a few on. Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay, so let me just share my screen and I'll take you onto the Moodle platform. and hopefully it will be working. Right. Hang on a minute, this is not showing me the screen that I wanted to show because this is on. Hang on. Right, so I'll need to take you in a different look. 2 secs. Right, so this is, let me just log out and I'll log back in as a student because our login looks just slightly different from your login. So this is what you'll see when you come on. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you might need to shout out if you've got a question because I'm not going to be able to see everybody on the screen when I'm taking you through this. And my apologies, it's on my other screen if I'm not looking at you when I'm talking. So this is a dashboard that you'll see, and for me that there is a few other courses there, and you'll be introduced to those courses as we go through the platform. So don't worry, you can go in and have a wee look if you're able to get in. This is the home page for the International Certificate in Intergenerational Work, and it has slightly changed. We've tried to make some updates. It was hosted with the University of Granada, and it just came over to GWT's platform earlier on this year. So we've only run it once on our platform, and it's had a big update on this one. So I'm hoping that it will be easier for you to get around, that the links, once you get to know how to get around the platform, that you'll be able to find your way around. There might be a couple of things that you might come across, and if you do come across a link that's not working, or if you see something that talks about marking, if you see anything that talks about marking, just ignore it. I've just missed it. I've just missed it to take it off. We used to have to mark each session as we went along, and now you don't have to. So I'll explain that. So this is the home page. And on the home page, you'll see down the left-hand side, you'll see your menu. And so there's various different ways you can get around this platform. You can get around by these hyperlinks that are down the left. You can access some of the links in this part here on your right-hand side. And then you can also go into each of the sections on the completion progress chart at the top. This is a chart that's going to really help you progress through the course, because every time you come to the end of a module, you'll not be able to go on to the next module until you've completed that section and your tutor has actually come back with their reflections on your final assignments. So once they've read your assignment, and if they're happy to mark it off as being completed, then you'll see the next module will automatically, if you look down here, you'll see that module 2 and module 3, so there's 3 modules in the course, that they're not actually, you can't see them, and it's just because you need to complete module 1 before module 2 will pop up. So yeah, so that's 3 different ways that you can get around. I would say that over the next 3 days, please do spend the time going through the introduction. So go through the welcome, this section here, where you've got 4 different, well, about 5 different sections here that are all pretty quick to go through. There's welcome messages from all of the tutors. So there's 7 tutors that are involved with the certificate, and you'll be able to get a wee bit of intro from them. We also then talk about setting the scene. There's a section around about this course, why it was developed, and a wee bit of background. And then there's also another film, and this will be added to the tutor announcements as well. We'll put in a link so that you can come back on and look at this if you're having problems getting around the platform. So spend the time, go through the introduction, and then I would encourage you to go and have a look at the course cafe, which is this one here. We expect everybody to go into the course cafe at least twice during the duration, and normally you would tend to do more than twice because you would get involved in conversations, and it's a great way to be able to link with other students and to be able to ask questions to any of the tutors, and everybody will get back to you on the course cafe. Don't expect 6 responses from 8 or 7 responses from each of the tutors. It'll just be the tutor who has most experience or has something that they want to reply back to for the comment that's put up there. So there's nothing in the course cafe just now, but please feel free to go in and have a look and add a message if there's a particular question that you'd like to ask. The course library, I would really encourage you to take over the next few days, go into the course library and have a browse. There's about 4 different sections. So there's loads in the reading section. There's publications, toolkits, reports, intergenerational programs. Will show you 10 different intergenerational projects, which are not just from Scotland, no, they're not, because intergenerational baby and toddler is for apples and honey. So there's a few that's not within Scotland there. Further reading, a lot more reports within this further reading. There's a couple that I would point out that would be really good for you to read, and that is the Apples and Honey, the Intergenerational Programme at Nightingale House. Brianne, I'm just thinking about yourself, and I can't remember who else said they were early years. These would be really useful reports for you to be reading. But there's lots of information there on different topics, different themes of intergenerational work for you to look through. There is a course glossary just for terms that we use regularly, and you can add to that. So if you think there's a term that you would like to add, you can go in and add and do a wee bit of explanation there too. When it comes to module 1, when you're ready to go to module 1, you have to make sure that all these boxes are green. And it did take me a wee bit of time this morning to go through them to get them to go to green. You have to spend at least a minute on each page in the introduction, and that's just so that it doesn't automatically register that you've done the course, and it's a way that we're making sure that everybody's actually reading and going into some of the links on the course. So do take care when you're going through to make sure that you are progressing, because the next section won't open up until you've got all these boxes are green. If you're anything like me, I like to have a hard copy, which is really bad for the wood and the trees and all the paperwork. But if you do want to have a hard copy and you want to have a look at all 3 modules at the one time, you can go into the course content in PDF, and these are split into the 3 sections, and you're able to go through them. You can have them online, or you can print them off if you want to have a hard copy. But they're all there available for you too. Hang on, to go back. On the right hand side, we have 4 forums involved in the course. And if you click on the forums here, you'll be able to see all of the forums. There will be tutor announcements from the tutors from various different points along the course, especially when it comes to the live thematic themes. Now, I've not put the thematic themes on just now, but that would be something that we would do. We would put them on, and all the links, this is where you will find the links to all the live events. So you've got 3, I think it's week 3, week 5 and week 7, I think, or week 6. Is the thematic events that we'll be having. The course cafe, which I mentioned, which you need to visit twice, and once you get to module 2, there will be a further 2 forums. There will be an activity forum where you get an opportunity to share icebreakers and activities that you've maybe done in previous intergenerational work that you would like to share, and you're encouraged to share so that we can build up our own kind of portfolio of activities. And we tend to find that's a really, really useful thing for sharing between all the students. There is also a 4th forum, which is about planning, which will only be open between yourself and your tutor, so nobody else will be able to see those comments. So if you are wanting to connect, the best way of connecting with everybody else on the course is through the course cafe. And if you've got intergenerational activities that you want to share. Once you come to module 2, we'll talk a wee bit more about that. You're able to share there and everybody will be able to see them. And then the last forum is just a case of you responding to your tutor. And that's really it. I did say about the 1 minute per page on the first section. When you go into the modules, you will see that you'll have a wee chart at the bottom that'll tell you how many percent it is you've gone through that section. So it completes, so you'll see at the end of, say, lesson 1, it'll say 25%, 50%, 75%, and then it'll be 100, and then that'll be you completed the session. Does anybody have any questions? When you're so in your 3 modules, the other thing that I should say is you will have an end assessment at each of the 3 modules, a final assignment. The first one, I think, something like 500 words. So as you go through each lesson, there will be some boxes, there will be some autocorrect quizzes on the platform, and then there'll be some reflections that you'll give to your tutor, and it could be between about 150 and 250 words that you then just submit, and then you can still work forward at the following lessons in the same module, and then your tutor will give reflections and give you feedback as you go along. But at the end of each module, there will be a bigger assignment to do. In the module 2, the final assignment, I think, is between 500. I think it's 500 or 1,000 words. I think the 2,000 word final assessments is module 3, and also the overall course assignment is about 1,000 words. When you're uploading these, we ask you to do it on a Word document so that you do it offline and you're able to spend as much time as you want on these. What happened before was we were putting them online and people were going away and having a think about it, and it was the platform was timing out. So in all of your smaller reflections, you'll have 16 hours. So if you put something into a box to reply to your tutor and you go away and you come back, if it's longer than a day, like 16 hours, then you'll have lost that work. So I would encourage you to really do it on whatever way you want to record, whether it's on Note or whether it's on Word. But your final assignments, we would ask you to do on Word. Maybe turn it to a PDF and then you upload it, and it means that we're not losing any of your coursework. So I'm now going to ask the other tutors, because they might remember on previous courses where the questions were. Is there anything that I've maybe not covered that I should have covered?
No, I think it's fantastic. I think you've done an amazing job. So congratulations, Alison. Really, you've covered everything that I can think we were raised. The only thing I want to just mention is that at the end of each of the 3 sections, the 3 modules, you have a kind of overall, a final assignment. And it was a shock to me when I did the course to suddenly find an overall one, which was added because I'd kind of felt final assignment means final. You know, and so just the fact that you've mentioned that, you said that you haven't finished when you've done module 3 and you've done the final assignment, there is actually another overall one, and that actually isn't really articulated, or wasn't before, but now it has been. So that's very helpful. But I think you've done a great job, and you've covered, there are so many different ways we can find it. If we get lost, you can just look somewhere else to find it. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Any other questions? Bella, is there anything that jumps out at you that you'd like to share?
I just like to agree with Judith in the fact that, yeah, it looks so much better. It's not as clunky looking, and no, it seems to be quite straightforward for me. So, yeah, if anyone has any issues, they can contact me and I'll assist them with what that is, if they can't get on, if they're kind of stuck. But yeah, it looks great. Well done. Lots of work there.
Yeah. So I would just like to say that Lorraine George, the tutors have all been emailed just this afternoon with their students that they'll be looking after or they'll be supporting, and they will be getting in touch with you over the next couple of days. There is 4 students that are being tutored by Lorraine George, and she at the moment is in America doing Route 66, and she is visiting some co-located sites. I think she's visiting 2 this week. So she will be back on Monday. So I will send those who are under Lorraine a wee message to say it'll be Monday before she gets back. But if you do want to start on module 1, then that's absolutely fine. Lorraine will catch up with you when you get back. Does anybody else have any questions? Have you used a Moodle platform before? No, some yeses and some nos. Is there any questions about the actual course that you would like to ask? Nope. You're all very quiet just now. I'm sure the next session there'll be hundreds of questions. Yeah. I think maybe one other thing I should say is that when you're emailing, you do have an email. Maybe I'll go back and share the screen again and I'll show you where your emails are. Did you all get an email into your box this afternoon to say that the set? Yeah, that's fantastic. Right, I was hoping that that would happen. So let me just share. So some of you haven't been on the website. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll just share it again. And I'll show you where your emails are. So your emails are at the very top at your box. So you would just click on the envelope and it should open, and then you can either compose or go into your inbox and you can see your emails. The other thing that I would also say to you to do is to go into your profile. Now, this is on the wee video that I shot this morning that's on the platform. Go in and update your profile, edit your profile. Be really nice to be able to find out a wee bit about each of you. And it would be really nice if you could share a photograph as well, because I think sometimes being online when we're all faceless, it's not quite as friendly as it is when you know who it is that you're speaking to. So please go in, have a look at your profile and fill in what you feel comfortable with. And once you've completed that, you can then, you go down the bottom, you can update the file, you can then read it, and then once you're happy, you can go back to your dashboard and back into ICIP as well. So I'm hoping that that will be a lot easier. I'm not going to take you through absolutely everything because I think there's maybe just one other thing that I would say is all activities at a glance is a good page for you to go through. Again, it's another way of getting into each of the sections. And I have put here a guide so that there's a kind of timeline. Although this is not an official timeline, we suggest that you complete module 1 by end of week 3. So that gives you the kind of first week for getting to know the platform and getting started. So you've got 3 weeks to do module 1, 2 weeks to do module 2. So you should be finished by week 5. And then module 3, we encourage you to finish by week 7. And then that leaves you with the final week to go in and do your overall assignment. I think the only other thing that I would say is that if you are going into the course library, I have set everybody's membership. So anybody from Scotland has an automatic membership and your membership lasts for a full year. Well, it lasts ongoing. And that's the same with students as well. Students have a free membership, but all of our international students that are involved in this course, I've given you membership until the end of December, the 31st of December. So you can actually then come back after the course is finished and download any of the documents in the library, because that's what I would say. It's quite often you'll go into a document and if you don't download it, it then gets a wee bit too much at the end to say which ones was it that I thought that I should be downloading. So feel free to download, but feel free to also come onto the GWT website as well, because there's a lot of resources and the majority of these resources will be on the GWT website. So you'll have access to the Moodle platform and to GWT for the international students until the end of December. And if I just flick through this, you'll see all the activities. So they're in module 1, there's 9 activities. You'll see some are mandatory, well, they're all mandatory, some are autocorrect, and some are reflections that go back to your tutors, and then the tutors will give you feedback. And then you'll see that there's a final activity for module 1. This is module 2. Obviously, I'm flying through this. You can get the chance to go through this yourself. There's another final activity for module 2. Module 3, there's less activity, and there's a slightly larger activity at the end, and then your overall course assignment as well. Okay, and the only other thing that I should say is that there will be 3 online sessions that we will post in the tutors, and the tutors will email that around to everybody as well. Ali.
Sorry, I still feel like I'm in a class. I need to raise my hand. I just wanted to say that don't be overwhelmed. So having participated as a tutor in this course over the years, people often start the first feeling really, the first module thinking it's all really straightforward. They might get distracted by work, and then it will kind of catch up with them a little bit. Whatever else is going on with your deadlines, with your work, with your life, we're here to support you and help you through it. So I just wanted to say, don't be scared to reach out to us to say, this is working, or everyone learns in different ways. So some of the activities, you'll be like, this was the best activity, I've had a light bulb moment. And some activities, you might think, this isn't working for me, and you could get really frustrated. So I just wanted to let you know, we've seen it all. We're here to support you. We're really excited that you're joining the course and to learn from you. And please, please do reach out if you have problems. Or if you're really excited, not just because there are problems.
Thanks, Ali.
Yep, I've just emailed my 2 students, so they'll have received an email from me just saying hi, and to contact me with any questions that they may have. I look forward to working through things with them. So super excited. And yeah, I was a student on the course a couple of years ago, and then last year I was mentored by Mariano to become a tutor. And last year I was a tutor, so this is my this year I was a tutor earlier this year, so this is my 2nd time of being a tutor, and it really it's such a good course. I've really enjoyed it very much.
Okay. If there's no more questions, then thank you very much for coming this evening. Your tutors will be in touch with you soon. There are 12 students in total on this course, on this edition of this course. There might be another, we've got another 2 or 3 that were keen to come but just weren't quite sure. So there's always small numbers, between about 15 and 25 we take onto the course, because we've only got a few tutors. So we would hopefully keep this a small group, so that you're able to really connect and interact with everybody, and hopefully you will feel very connected throughout the course. So I wish you all very well, wish you all luck with your course. Not that you'll need luck, you'll really enjoy it. And I look forward to hearing back from all the tutors. And again, if you do have any technical issues, if you can pass them on to Bella, then that would be fantastic. I go off in 2 weeks holiday, yay! So I'm not going to be here, so you'd be better just to connect with Bella during the October holidays. So thank you all very much, and I look forward to hearing how you get on. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.